What's going on, guys? Mr. Domo here, and welcome back to the channel. So today I have two very unique action figures, and these guys right here are the Playmobil GE5P robots from the Playmospace playset from Geobra. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a German company. Now, what's unique about this, and I brought out my R2D2 units, and you could tell obviously right off the bat that they have a striking resemblance to the R2D2 units. And so a lot of collectors out there kind of consider these the unlicensed kind of ripoff of the R2D2 unit, because the Playmobil playset actually came out in 1981, and that is the same year that these R2D2 with the sensorscope actually came out, and that was 1981. So just to show you really quick, here I have a R2D2 unit, and this one is a 1981 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure R2D2 unit with a sensorscope, and he received a 75 excellent plus near mint score. And here is my bagged R2D2 with the sensorscope, and he is a 1981 Kenner Star Wars bagged figure, a Empire of the Strike Back C-type bag R2D2 with a sensorscope, and he received an 80 near mint score. And to show you guys, I just got this guy, I just picked this guy up just to, you know, add to my collection of my R2D2 collection here. And this is a 1981 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, R2D2 with the sensorscope, and he received an 80 plus near mint score. So really nice to add that guy, because you know, at first it's crazy. I mean, when you get into collecting, you know, you kind of, you know, you find out that there's more and more variants out there. And, you know, I was under the assumption that there was only a Hong Kong country of origin for these R2D2 sensorscopes, but there's actually a no country of origin, which I picked up, and I'm glad to have that in my collection. So another addition to my collection is these GE5P robots. So, again, these guys right here, I mean, right off the bat, they look like R2D2. I mean, the dome here is transparent blue, so you could kind of see the, you know, the little robot's brain there, the little CPU, and you can actually rotate. Now, it doesn't click like a R2D2, it just has a smooth rotation there. Of course, the big difference there is that they have these orange limbs, so they got these legs, or excuse me, the arms, and then they have the smaller legs there. And of course, they have these stickers here, so kind of like that bright, you know, red and blue sticker, and then there's the label there, the GE5P, and then on the back side you have another label there, a little sticker there with these little like indicators, or I think they're like supposed to be like little meters. And then of course at the bottom, you know, the butt of the robot, you have the you know, the stamp there and the manufacturing, so Playmobil, and of course 1980, and then Geobra, which is a German company. Now these guys out here, so a little history about Playmobil. So Playmobil started kind of like in 1974, and they asked this guy Hans Beck, I believe. He was a cabinet maker, you know, and they asked him if he could develop, you know, children's toys that were, you know, small enough, so kind of like the, you know, this size right here. And so he agreed to it, and he started making these, you know, little figures. And so the first sets were like, you know, knights, you know, Indians, and construction workers. And so it became popular, and so in 1981 they developed the Playmospace playset, which had like little astronaut guys, and they had these robots as their helper. Now there are two versions of these you know, robots. There are the GE5P robots, which the biggest thing is that they have more of a white body on them, and then they have the XY-6 robot, and that one has a blue body. So there are two big variants out there. with these robots. So you have the GE5P, and then you have the XY-6 robots. Now, between that time span of 1981 and 1985, they started developing more of these guys. And so, the manufacturing kind of broke up into two families. There's the Latin American, manufacturing, and then you have the European manufacturing. And so those kind of, the European manufacturing kind of, split up into like three different companies that made these Playmobil action figures. So you have the Germany one, which these guys are, and that's from Geobra. And then Greece made their own manufacturing, these play sets and action figures, and that company was called Lyra. And then you have Spain, which was Famosa, and those were the three European. And then for the Latin American, there was only one company out there, which was a Brazil company called Tro. And so there was four companies out there, so three Europeans and then one Latin American company. And so those are all the companies that were making these action figures. And so there are kind of different variants out there, and some collectors out there that really collect, vintage Star Wars action figures and are big fans of R2D2s and stuff like that, will go and start collecting these guys because, obviously they just look so similar to each other. Body wise, the dome, and like I said, the only thing is they have these orange limbs. And so those are like different variants that are out there. So you have the two main variants, which is the GE5P, and then you have the XY-6, and then you have the different toy companies that made them in Europe and Latin America. So I just wanted to share that. I'm gonna try to send this off to Collectors Archive Services and get this graded. It is complete, and of course there is just minor little flaws here. Of course the stickers are all intact, and I believe that's an extra sticker, so whoever had this before just slapped a random sticker on there. But all the stickers are intact, and so far there's just a couple of paint rubs here and there, but so far these are in great conditions for being figures from the 1980s. So I am probably going to send one of them off and see how it goes, and hopefully get that graded by the Collector Archive Services, because I know AFA is not going to grade these. They only kind of stick to like main toy lines out there, and I believe right now they're only limited to grading loose Star Wars action figures. I think right now, because they're just their workload, they don't do any other loose action figures, but CAS will do other figures. So, and I'm gonna send it off and see, just to get it in case and add it to my R2D2 collection. I think it's gonna look great. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the support. And hopefully I will be getting another AFA shipment soon. It is kind of taking a little bit longer, just because the Star Wars celebration happened, and so AFA was there, and so they did send out emails saying that they are gonna kind of be a little behind on their shipment. So hopefully this week or next week I will get that and post an unboxing video. So thank you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.